rolling. We're going to be talking about Blade. The new Blade with Mahershala Ali, a new Beverly Hills Cop movie. Welcome to Mirror Domains, your place for entertainment headlines. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Hocus Pocus 2, some Netflix releases, and a little bit of woes for them, I suppose. There's a new Beverly Hills Cop movie, but we start off today's show by talking about D23 and the possibilities that are going to be named there. Hopefully Blade will be the top of that list. Let's just take a look at this article. Whoops, that's up on Screen Rant right now. And they're looking at some of the predictions because I guess this D23 Disney Expo is next week, right? And we're going to be expecting, well, we saw yesterday that perhaps the Fantastic Four cast will be revealed as well as confirming who the director is. But I'm just more interested in Blade because Blade I've been looking forward to for a while now. They announced it like a while back, and we just haven't gotten any kind of word on it for a while because for some reason they wanted to wait years. And Mahershala Ali's going to be like 50 by the time they're shooting this. Like, seriously, he's going to be 50. I don't know how this is going to work, but let's take a look at this article and see some of their predictions. And hopefully some of these come true because, yeah, we're now officially like fully into phase 5 now, right? For the MCU. Destin Daniel Cretton is going to be directing Kang Dynasty. Yeah, we know. Okay, are you going to show us some concept art? Is that what they're going to show us from this? Okay. Cretton. All right. For me, it's still like that's like years away. So like, Secret Wars 2 could be announced. Who's going to direct that? Again, those Avengers movies are way down the road. Like, and they're going to be in phase 6, right? So it's kind of like, I want to know what's going on here for phase 5, right? And Fantastic Four is going to be the end of it. It's going to start phase 6, right? Yeah, pretty much. I want to see what's going on with the Fantastic Four. But this is the one I want. Blade, full cast announcement, and first look at Mahershala Ali because they are filming this now currently, right? So we should at least get some concept art. And everybody's using this one, including myself, of him just wearing the glasses. What was this? This was Alita Battle Angel, right? Is that where that came from? So yeah, it's been over 3 years since he was announced. I don't know why they waited. Like, they should have been able to shoot 2 of them by now. But anyway, Blade is something that I really enjoyed, so I want to see this next iteration of it for sure, and to see how it's all going to fit into the MCU because it's like vampires. And vampires have been around, I guess, for a long time, but nobody ever mentions them, just like the Eternals. So we'll have to see how it all kind of plays out. But Blade is the big one that I'm looking forward to. And if they have the full cast, we don't need the full cast. We just need, to figure out, okay, are you going to go back to one of the villains we've seen before? I like the villain in the second movie. I thought with the weird mouths that came open like this, I thought that was genius. And I liked him teaming up with the vampires. But maybe they just got to establish that universe, establish how the vampires are operating in our universe. But Blade definitely is the one that I'm looking forward to getting some news from next week. D23. What do you guys think? Is Blade the big one that you want to know, or do you want to know about Werewolf by Night? Not really. Not. I don't know too much about that one. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Are they doing a holiday special? I guess so. Those are always a little bit iffy, I would say. Casting characters for Secret Invasion, that series coming up. Yeah, I think we need more information about what's going to go on with these Skrulls. Like, how deep are they into the integrated into the MCU as we know it, right? Because that'll play a big factor. If they do something like say that Black Widow was a Skrull that died in Endgame, I don't know if I'd like that. See, that one I'm a little bit hesitant about, because they can look like anybody, right? So it's kind of like it really depends on how deep they take that before I get like totally sold on it. But War Machine's going to be in it. Kobe Smulders is going to be in it. Cool. And Emilia Clarke. Series. And we've seen behind the scenes photos of her on set, so that'll be very interesting. Casting characters for the spin-off Hawkeye. So casting characters update for Ironheart. Riri. Dominic Thorne debuts as Riri in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. What? Is she somebody who takes up after Iron Man? Following his technology? Is that somebody who does that? See, some of this stuff is that I would be looking forward to, mostly because of Catherine Hahn and just how she's kind of like stole the show in WandaVision towards the end, and that cackle she does. She's like, and I killed the dog too, and she does that. Ooh, that laugh. She had a lot of fun with it, and that translated to the screen. So Agatha, Coven of Chaos, that's one I want to see. Confirmed Nova, Armor Wars. I don't know anything about that. But Blade's the big one that I want to see from this. Yeah, show us something. Show us some footage. That's what I want to see. And that's mostly what this article covers, is just the MCU stuff. I'm sure there's other stuff that's going to be at D23, like some Star Wars news perhaps. Yeah, that's what you're going to get there in that, hopefully from the MCU announcements at D23 next week. All right, let's take some live comments here. Mahershala Ali is a great actor, but his age, kudos, will go to his stunt double and SFX. I'm okay with that formula. Well, yeah. But Wesley was, what, 43 or 44 when he filmed Blade 3? It's kind of like, yeah, it's weird. But they kind of sat on their hands for Blade for like 3 years. We saw that in that article there. They announced it, and then we're 3 years later, they're starting to film it. It's like, really? Werewolf by Night will hopefully have Moon Knight cameo. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm still in Wakanda Forever mode. Yeah. Moon Knight, I heard. Let's see if it says anything here about Moon Knight being in this werewolf. Maybe that's what they were filming over in Egypt, because they saw that Oscar Isaac and the director were over there shooting something, and they said, well, we're filming Moon Knight season 2, but there's been no confirmation of that. Maybe they'll say something about that. There's nothing in this article saying that there could be a Moon Knight season 2, and I don't see anything here from a Loki 2 season 2 that's supposed to come out. Announcements from the Marvel stuff. Yeah, good call. We did miss a few things there. All right, let's move on to Beverly Hills Cop. Guys, were you a fan of the Beverly Hills Cop movies? They're a little bit dated now. Like the one in the 80s, it doesn't really hold up. But I guess there's a new Beverly Hills Cop sequel coming up that's going to go straight to Netflix, apparently. And it adds Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Taylor Page. Now, didn't we see this at the end of the news yesterday? I think maybe we did. But it's going to star Eddie Murphy back. Now, if they took a page out of the Top Gun Maverick playbook, I think maybe, yeah, if they played that route, then perhaps a new Beverly Hills Cop movie could work. It's just that when you watch it now, it's very, very topical to the 80s. So some of the stuff, you won't know if it's because it references pop culture a little too much. That's what I kind of remember from Beverly Hills Cop, because he's a cop out of his element, right? He goes to Beverly Hills Cop. He's a cop, but he goes to Beverly Hills, and he's kind of like out of his jurisdiction and helps these other two cops there to solve a case. But you know what? You can't go wrong with Joseph Gordon-Levitt I don't know too much about Taylor Page. It's just not coming to me right now. Mark Malloy is going to be directing this. Murphy is back as Axel Foley and will produce along Jerry Bruckheimer and Chad Oman. Okay. Will Beal penned the script. So it sounds like everything's a go. They got the castings. It's going to be on Netflix. It moved to Netflix in 2019. Okay. All right. So I would expect if they're going to start shooting it soon, then maybe the end of next year we could see this, right? Hopefully they give somewhat of a release date. Not too much. Not too much. Okay, so she was in Zola. I didn't see that. Sharp Stick. Didn't see that. But okay. No release date yet, huh? No release date. There's some comments. Let's just see what these comments are. Hopefully they're not too over the top here. Amazon movie with a rookie director. Yeah, this thing has to be the best thing since Pluto Nash. Oh, I don't... Shannon Nutt. I don't know. Pluto Nash was... give it a chance. I'll give it a chance. Let's wait till we see a trailer first. Oh, Lord, another Netflix success in the making, says somebody. I wonder, did they make an effort to involve Martin Brest or Danielle Petrie? I think people would prefer to see Judge Reinhold, right? Judge Reinhold and I forgot who played the other cop with the mustache, but I think that guy died, so I don't think he's around anymore. Yeah, it'd be cool to see Judge Reinhold back. It depends on the script. What made the first two movies funny as hell was Eddie Murphy's loudmouth. Exactly. So, and in his recent projects, that he can tap back into that. His fast talk and brilliant dialogue. If the screenwriter can duplicate the same magic, it'll hit the mark again. Hopefully, yeah. And James here says Judge Reinhold needs to come back. Yeah. Why not cast Kevin Hart to make this more predictable? No, we don't need Kevin Hart in there. Cruise is a bad actor, overrated. Eddie Murphy was always a bigger star, better actor than of that. What? Are you talking about Tom Cruise here? Yeah, some of these comments are just ill-founded, right? So, and there's a rather lengthy one there. So, some people, the overall impression I get from those comments is that they're a little bit hesitant about it. I think I would be too, but give it a chance. We'll wait till we get like some set photos, maybe. The first teaser will give us a feel as to the tone. And I like Eddie Murphy, so I will always still check out his... Well, no, because I didn't watch Norbit. But, he does have greatness in him, so hopefully he returns to form for Beverly Hills Cop. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Hourglass Vikings says in the live chat, love Beverly Hills Cop series. Great summer movies. Eddie back again. Good to see. Yeah. With Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That would be cool. I think so. Michael Mann is making a Ferrari movie. Really? Ferrari. Well, I like Michael Mann. Michael Mann did Heat, and I really liked Miami Vice. So he's making a Ferrari. Adds Italian firm Leverlino and Lady Bacardi Entertainment. But it looks like Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz, and Shailene Woodley's going to be in this. That's cool. Michael Mann's big canvas car racing drama Ferrari. I like that. Hey, I like those racing movies. I do. What is my favorite one? I would suppose is Rush, maybe? Rush was fantastic. With Chris Hemsworth. One of my favorite driving quotes came from that movie. But, yeah, the biopic of Enzo Ferrari stars Adam Driver, Penelope Cruz, Shailene Woodley, and Patrick Dempsey. Cool. I like Patrick Dempsey. Scream 3. Yeah. So, it looks like he's going to be writing and directing and producing. Michael Mann is. Very interesting. Keep my eyes peeled for this. Do we got a release date? We do not. But Shailene Woodley is somebody that we don't see enough from her. She's very hands-on to the whole filmmaking process. And she's awesome. And I like Penelope Cruz. Got nothing wrong against Adam Driver, so it's a very cool, man. Have to keep my eye out for that. Yeah. My favorite driving quote from Rush was when he's with he's courting this girl and they're out driving, and these two guys come along in their car and they pick them up and they recognize him, and she's like, "Oh, why don't you drive fast?" or something like that. And he says, because they expect him to drive fast out on the road and stuff, right? And he's like, "Well, there's no incentive to drive fast. Why speed? You're not getting paid to. There's no point in putting your life on the line." And I love that line. It's perfect. Great driving advice. And I like how he was depicted in that movie too. Yeah. Art Glass Viking says John Aston still alive and kicking at 74. John Taggart. Okay, John Aston. Yeah, he was the other guy, right? The mustache guy. John Aston. No? 92. It's not this guy. Is it? John Taggart? Maybe I spelt it wrong. No, that's John Aston. Hey, I spelt that right. They're giving me the guy from Addams Family, and it looks like he's still kicking around at 92. All right. It's 2004. Why am I not getting pictures of this guy? I spelt it right here, Google, so give me responses for that. Okay, well, I'll take your word on it that he's still alive. Whoops. All right. Oh. All right, let's just continue on to some more headlines here that I like to talk about. Godzilla. A couple headlines here. Really cool ones. Godzilla vs. Kong 2 director Adam Wingard startled by a kaiju in first set photo. Yeah, apparently this is underway now, so we're going to have to see how this... because I really liked the first Godzilla vs. Kong movie. I thought they handled Mecha Godzilla... Well... They should have just made Mecha Godzilla and not say that they put Ghidorah's brain into it. That part I didn't really like, but I like the fight at the end, and the fights they had, the two fights they had were really cool. All right, yeah. So we got a set photo of Godzilla vs. Kong 2. Plot and cast revealed. Well, we know that Dan Stevens from Beauty and the Beast and I guess Downton Abbey is going to be in this movie. But let's take a look at this set photo of the director Adam Wingard. And I guess I'll have to transfer this to the audio. I think it's nothing spoilerish, so don't worry about that, guys. Let's just check it out.
We're here in Australia, about to start production on the new monster. Oh, talent's here. Gotta go.
Oh, okay, so it's just them roaring. Nothing.
Hi, everyone. We're here in Australia, about to start.
Okay, so oh, and he's rocking like a playoff beard there. Okay. So it's not much. It's just sound effects of him walking into the set. So it's not a huge reveal. But hey, anything for the headline. Godzilla and Dune Studio looking to ditch Warner Bros. After release debate. Well, yeah, because last year they did release Godzilla vs. Kong and Dune straight to HBO Max, which the studio Legendary really hated. So that's what this story is about. Just tying it into a little bit about Godzilla. So they're trying to break free of Warner Bros. Right now and saying, well, you cost us. because, you know, Christopher Nolan loved working with Legendary, but Nolan came out and said, no way that you should be putting big movies like Godzilla and Dune straight to HBO Max and in the theaters at the same time, you know, because he championed the theater going experience. And it cost like the relationships for many directors, actually. And people were just like, Warner Bros., what are you doing here, man? Because they control HBO Max, right? And that's why everybody's running with the stories now that is HBO Max gonna die? Is it gonna die? And no, it's not. But it's going to transform into something different. But this article did raise some interesting points. That did you cost us money at the box office by doing this? You cost us the potential of working with high quality people, and that's damaging. That's damages, I would say. So if you wanted to, it doesn't sound like they're going to take them to court over this, or at least, but it's kind of like they're not happy about it, and I wouldn't be happy about it. Like Dune, yeah, that box office, it was good, but it would have been much higher if it was straight into the theaters for at least a month. And I'm looking forward to Dune Part 2, but the Godzilla thing, we'll just keep on that for a little bit. There's some concept art of the original one and the 2014 one. It's not much, guys. He doesn't look that different. They really wanted to go and add that little bit of that iguana thing that they were trying to do in the 90s version, but I'm glad they got rid of it, and they made him a little bit more stockier. But he was a little bit thick too in the torso region, and they slimmed that up just a touch in the sequel, right? Or did they? Did they? Yeah, they slimmed him up a little bit. He was a little bit too thick in this region. They made him stocky, is what I would say. I think maybe though they were trying to just mimic the man in suit look, which they shouldn't have done. And I'm glad they corrected it for Godzilla vs. Kong. But that's like early concept art. Meh. More ridges along the side here. A little bit more lizard-like. Yeah. No, I didn't like that. But, yeah. That's pretty much all the Godzilla headlines that we got today, guys. And I'll keep my eye to the ground here, or my ear to the ground, for more Godzilla vs. Kong 2. If they've just started filming, we're going to get some stuff hopefully soon. So look forward to that. All right. Hocus Pocus 2 comes out soon. And I'm oddly enough looking forward to it. Why Hocus Pocus 2 features Sanderson sisters' origin stories. Origin? You know, I never looked at them and said, I wonder what the oranges are of the sisters. But it appears that this movie is going to tell us a little bit about that, so it's curious. And I can't wait to see these three back. Sarah Jessica Parker. Wow. Sorry, I got distracted there. All right, so I guess they are going to be younger here. The opening sequence of the movie, we get some history of the witches and Billy. We get a little kiss, pardon the pun, of the Billy aspect of it, and the world that they lived in and what happened to the witches. I always missed that in the first one, like, what are the witches and the way they are? So they just go back and, you know, like a flashback, I guess, showing us who they are. And I guess they had cast the young girls that are playing them. There they are. Okay, so obviously that's Bette Midler they got the teeth there. Okay. That's interesting. Hocus Pocus 2. There's like a whole Instagram page dedicated to it. dedicated there. So, yeah, we're going to get a glimpse as to their backstory. The young sisters are going to be played by Taylor Paige Henderson, Nina Kitchen, and Juju Journey Brenner. Okay. Is that who those girls were? All right. Oh, it looks like they're going for it, at least. All right, so what's the release date for Hocus Pocus 2? That's going to be, I think, on Disney Plus, right? A few tricks have yet to been revealed. Why are you not giving me the release date? Oh, well. I'm pretty sure it comes out in October. Well, yeah, because they want to capitalize on Halloween. It's a Halloween movie. And, okay, cool. Dungeons and Dragons comes out next year, right? So what are some of the monsters that you would like to see or should be in the movies? That's a bold claim there. Here from MovieWeb, saying that there's 7 monsters that should be in the movie. Now I like the trailer. I did. It's got this is the one with Sophia Lillis, right? Is that you got Chris Pine in there? You know, and I just recently rewatched Wonder Woman 1984. It's not a good movie, but he did a good job. I'm not going to digress too much on that, but I'm looking forward to it. Cast. So what are some of these monsters? The Mind Flayer. Now that's a little too much on the nose for of a reference to Stranger Things. I don't think they'll do that. But it does look from the trailer that you're going to get a bunch of these creatures. A Beholder. Is that something that a Marlboro was inspired from Dungeons or from Final Fantasy? It's a little bit like that. I'm not too I don't know the lore of Dungeons and Dragons. I played it maybe 4 or 5 times in my lifetime. I was always around people that played it. I just just wasn't my bag. I never got that involved. So I don't know all these creatures. Remorhaz, Rakshasa. Yeah, I don't know any of these creatures. Oblax. So this article is saying that these should be in there. A rust monster. Now we saw some flying monsters, didn't we? In the trailer? No comments. Okay. Well, I just thought it was curious because I do like creatures. Because anybody who knows me knows that I like horror movies. So I like to see weird things like this. You know, I do. But I get the impression that it's not that the new Dungeons and Dragons isn't going to be a horror movie. It's going to be like a fantasy movie come to life, right? Arglass Viking says in the live chat, great trailer for Dungeons and Dragons. Chris Pine is playing a bard. His genius casting. Yeah, and that ending part of the trailer where he's like singing. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, he's a good actor. He is. He does command the screen. But yeah, some of these creatures, some of them are wacky. And Mind Flayer is just a little bit too much on the nose for me. So, yeah. What do you guys think? What creatures do you want to see in the Dungeons and Dragons movie? I was exact same around. Everyone around me played D&D. I never got into it, but I like the social aspect of gathering. Yeah. Well, that was always fun, too. I don't know. I just never picked it up. All right, we got some Netflix releases and some woes to talk about here. Netflix unveiled their fall slate for Bardo, White Noise, and Lindsay Lohan's Falling for Christmas. So we heard about Lindsay Lohan doing a Christmas movie for a while now, so I guess it's going to actually come out this year. Don't know too much about Bardo, but the White Noise trailer with Adam Driver. I should have brought that to your attentions the other day, but black comedy. Yeah, And unfortunately, this article from Variety, I wish when they did do these kinds of releases that they would put it in a list, but they just keep it all in the paragraph. So it's kind of hard to pull out here. I'll just give you the big ones that they name here. Bardo will be December 16th. And some theaters, it'll have some theaters. Yeah, nice. White Noise is the one with, oh yeah, Greta Gerwig is in this as well. Adam Driver. An ostentatious professor of Hitler studies whose marriage is upended after a horrifying accident creates an airborne toxic event of frightening and unknowable proportions. White Noise. Adam Driver looks so weird there, hey? And that's Greta Gerwig, right? Yeah, I liked the trailer. I did. So I'm looking forward to that one. White Noise. When is the release date? Select venues, November 25th, and then it goes on Netflix, December 30th. Okay. So these are like really, really late in the year then. That's not fall release, guys. That's winter release. What the heck are you talking about? Fall release. Because you got 2 in December. Swimmers, November. That's late fall. Good Nurse, October 19th. Eddie Redmayne. Jessica Chastain, The Good Nurse. Interesting. Falling for Christmas, the Lindsay Lohan movie. Comes out. Okay, so comes out November 10th. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about here? Okay, so really? Falling for Christmas comes out in November. What are you doing, Netflix? Yeah, it can't be. It must be into December 2nd, right? It's a Christmas movie. Why would you put it out in November? And then you put like these weird other movies in. Yeah, I don't get it. Really weird release schedule. But yeah, White Noise. Maybe we'll take a look at that trailer towards the end of the let's just take a look at it now, actually. It's going to pull up the White Noise trailer here. White Noise. Oh, I gotta switch that. No, I'm gonna keep that because we're doing Game of Thrones later on. So this trailer, yeah, there's Adam Driver, and you're not gonna be able to hear it because I don't. Well, it's just like a small teaser.
I don't know how scared I should be.
Yeah, some weird event happens, almost like a post-apocalyptic event of some kind, based on a classic novel. Well, it's just music playing, so yeah, and you're right. It does look like they've aged him up a little bit there.
Life is good, Jack.
Like they're running from something. And Greta Gerwig. She's the one directing the Barbie movie.
Children are here. We're safe.
Oh, Don
May
Cheadle.
the days be aimless. Let the seasons drift.
Are they
Do not
televangelists?
advance the
They said professor.
action according to a plan.
Noah Baumbach. White Noise. Yeah, but it does look like there's some kind of like, I don't know if it's asteroids. But yeah, very interesting. White Noise.
Let the seasons
The seasons
drift.
drift.
Do not advance the action.
But I do like Adam Driver. Greta Gerwig, cool. Looks like they got a family here. Some weird kind of thing happens. What is do they give us a synopsis here? At once hilarious. Yeah, you can't really see that there. All right. Yeah. I love when the trailer gives nothing away. It means they trust in what they have created and the cast. So some people really like the trailer. I put it up here for you guys, but you can't quite see it. It's over here on the side. Because I don't have my YouTube frame cropped on OBS. Because we're going to be using it for House of the Dragon Episode 2 at 1:30. Just 50 minutes from now, guys. 50 minutes, we're watching Episode 2 of House of the Dragon. The Rogue Prince, right? Is that what it's called? The Rogue Prince? I haven't watched it yet, so... yeah, we'll be doing our full live watch along for that. And I know a lot of people didn't like my first reaction to it. I think just because I don't understand why people think that they can come on YouTube and watch the entire... It's been around now for more than 5 years, guys, and you know this game. You can't watch the entire episode on the side. And when they do, they hit the thumbs down button. When they find that out... all right, let's just continue on with some of the Netflix woes. There's some woes coming to Netflix? Really? What's going on here? Inventing Anna ignites defamation suit against Netflix. Okay, so this is that series that was about that grifter, that high class person that was cheating people out of their money. And I watched the first episode and I liked it. I wanted to get on board with it because I liked her as an actress. She's going to be playing Madonna, I think. But then once I learned that it was based on a real person who, you know, wanted to be that high class person, and I was just kind of like, you're trying to, like, you're promoting her by making stuff about her. Don't do that. So that's why I stopped watching Inventing Anna. Because she's a bad person. She's in jail for what she's done. So don't promote her so that she can make money from her notoriety. That's where I lied. That's why I won't watch movies like, you know, HW, or, you know, about Bush, or what was that one with that Cheney movie with Christian Bale. I'm not going to watch that stuff. I don't want to promote those people. You know, you do bad things and you don't deserve a movie made about you. Like, yeah, I don't. That's why I stopped watching it. But it appears like Netflix is going to get a defamation suit about this. Anna Sorokin, right? Yeah. Yeah, a con artist. That's putting it lightly. That's really putting it lightly. Con artist. For defamation over her portrayal. So see, she got notoriety from it being made, and now she wants money from Netflix because she didn't like the portrayal of it. Oh, this makes your blood boil when you see stuff like this. And she better not win anything from this, because she just needs to go away, live your life somewhere that's not in North America. Don't buy her books. Don't buy, yeah, but like, just it just makes me angry. And I'm not going to rag on it. Hopefully Netflix comes out on the better side of that defamation suit. You guys know what I'm talking about here, right? It's just, it's kind of like that Our Lady Peace song. Stop making stupid people famous. Yeah. I know it's controversial to say and stuff. I don't like to go down that route, but it's just kind of like, yeah. No, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. Something else I don't agree with. Talking about getting your blood boiling. Rian Johnson is even more proud of The Last Jedi. He defends making Luke Skywalker not Luke Skywalker. Anyway, his whole defense in this article, I guess he was making quotes about the Glass Onion, Knives Out 2. And then he just goes on to say that he was using it as a myth. You know, he thought Star Wars was myth. And, you know, in myths, the hero often goes from being up really high to being really bad. And that's what he justifies. And he's proud of it. But all that aside, it's not a good movie. It's boring. It's just a space chase, which should not actually happen in the Star Wars universe. No, it's not. Hey, if you want to read this article, it's up on Variety. I know that I'm going to ruffle the feathers of some of you out there that there are some people that like The Last Jedi for some reason, for some god-awful reason. But it's something I've watched 1.5 times, and I never, ever plan to watch any scene from it ever again, including the throne room scene that everybody seems to like. But when you watch fight choreography breakdowns of that, it's not that good, guys. It's not that good. Batgirl. Let's talk about that. It may get released. It may get released after all. What? Yeah, because we saw the stories that Batgirl was going to get shelved forever for tax reasons. Batgirl might be eligible for release by WB eventually after all. This article up on Screen Rant says, well, let's see what they're talking about, because I wanted to see Michael Keaton back, and I wanted to see Leslie Grace in this role. Even if the movie was terrible, I still would have wanted to see it. But we heard that because of a tax write-off that they wouldn't be allowed to show it. But some new information suggests it doesn't actually pose an irreversible prohibition of the movie's release. All right, so how would you release this then? I like this article because it does bring up a very interesting point here that some of the studios do. That they make these schlock fully aware that it's going to be a bad movie just to write off some expenses. And those movies we never hear anything from, but it's a shady practice. It's a shady practice. They shouldn't be allowed to do this, in my opinion. Hey, you made something. That doesn't mean you have to show it to people if you don't like it, but you shouldn't be able to claim a tax write-off on it. You got to be able to eat that $90 million and not recoup it from some tax exemptions. No, I don't like that. Because this article talks about that and calling it out as a shady practice. But let's see how they could possibly release Batgirl. Should Warner Bros. Discovery change their mind down the road, the most obvious possibility is the movie could be leaked on the internet. Since the tax write-off means Batgirl can't be released for profit. But it turns out the tax write-off is not an irreversible decision. And in the world of Hollywood accounting, anything is possible. So is that really a solution, to have it leaked? Because you can't release it for profit, but you can leak it. People want to see it. We hear the stories that they're having like these screenings for people who want to see it at the studio there. It's just a weird and bizarre situation. Yeah. The cost is often used to offset taxes for studios and investors. Some movies and filmmakers and entire studios have been accused of being created solely for the sake of burning money on doomed projects for tax reasons. And as another, what I'm talking about here. Like, you should, if you want to scrap it and not show it to anybody, then you have to eat the 90 million, not recoup it on taxes. No, I don't. Yeah, they gotta stop that. But they say here in this article, the only way we can see the Batgirl is if they leak it online, that they leak it on YouTube. That's or some other shit. I hope to see it someday. I know it's not going to be a good movie from what we're being told, but I still want to see it. I want to see what they were going for. Because even though if the movie is terrible, even the worst movies like Last Jedi, you can see what they were trying to do. And in the case of Last Jedi, you shouldn't have been even trying to do that. No, I would have seen your story ideas and I'd be like, okay, Ryan, leave it on the floor there on the way out of the office. And then once he's out, I'd say, we don't want him on the project anymore. Find somebody else. Yeah, but anyway, there's still value in that, right? Who knows? Batgirl, would you want to see it any day? Anyway, if it's leaked, we'll have to see. Arglass Viking says, my conspiracy is that directors of the new Star Wars trilogy were tasked by Disney with killing off the originals and moving the franchise onward with new characters. I'm not alone. Yeah, well, I'm sure that was part of the mandate. I don't know why that would be part of the mandate. You're going to have new characters no matter what anyway. But that's the direction they took. It boggles my mind. And as soon as JJ submitted the script for Force Awakens, and I'm like, there's not a scene in here with Luke, Leia, and Han in the same scene. And he's like, I know, but it's all new characters. People will love that. And they did, but then the shine wore off, and it is wearing off for a lot of people. They're realizing, wait, did you just pull a fast one on me? And J.J. Abrams did. And he tried to do it for Rise of Skywalker, and people just weren't having it. So, anyway. It's a weird... sometimes the show digresses a little bit like that. But let's get into some more curiosities here towards the end here. As we round out. Tusk 2. Kevin Smith. Really? Kevin Smith working on Tusk 2 reveals Justin Long. Now, guys, it's kind of a spoilerish image here, but if you read the premise for Tusk, this guy gets kidnapped by this insane dude who has an obsession for walruses, and he slowly transforms Justin Long into a walrus, which we see right here. And it's just, it is an oddity of Kevin Smith's work. He's got Clerks 3 coming out here pretty soon. So I guess he was asked about this. Let's take a look at this. This is from Justin Long. He says, you'll be happy to hear Justin now. I guess they're talking about it. They're doing Tusk 2. I think he texted us all the other day, Haley Joe Osment and Genesis, told us that he wanted to do it. And I thought it was a joke. But apparently he's got an idea in his head. Then Smith himself kind of elaborated on it. And this guy, he passed on now, so he's not going to be able to be in it. Maybe it was the way it was photographed. Because it is a horrifying visage. But once they try to make him move around, and it didn't look good. And I don't mean in a horrifying way. I mean in a bad prosthetics makeup way. It didn't look good. They should have just kept it all on his face and just showed the body in shadow kind of thing. But he's working on a Tusk 2. And we'll talk about this a little bit more on the horror roundup weekly this Saturday. We'll recap this and talk a little bit more about these quotes. But I guess they would make it in present day, and there'd be somebody else taking up the mantle, transforming people into animals. Yeah. Poor Justin. Hope that he gets paid well. It did have a horrifying angle to it. I'll admit that, but it just, yeah, for me, the ending, the reveal, yeah. Tusk 2, guys. What do you guys think? Out of all the bizarre sequels to make, that's not one that I would say that, but okay. Keeping in the realm of horror, Jennifer Tilly is covered in blood in Chucky Season 2 behind-the-scenes photo. Now, we know that she plays Um, Jennifer, right? The doll, Chucky, and yeah. Anyway, Chucky season 2 is. I thought it was wrapped, but I guess they must just be filming it, wrapping it up now. It's been filming in Toronto since April. Yeah, so it's got to be wrapped. And I thought it was. Chucky season 2, that filming on the show has wrapped for her. So there she is. It's on her Instagram. It's really not that much, guys. So we see that here from the trailer, that she invites some people into her home. We know that she's a killer because she goes into the doll, right? Tiffany. Tiffany is the name, right? Yeah. Yeah, she still takes a interesting picture. No, I don't follow Jennifer Tilly on Instagram. She's kind of not a recluse, but she's mostly playing poker now, isn't she? I guess she's still got some acting gigs. But, yeah. Cool. And finally we end, no, we don't end on that. Yes, we end on this. Denise Crosby teases Tasha Yar's return in Star Trek Picard. Well, she died in the first season, and they brought her back in a couple capacities. In flashbacks in the final episode. How would that work? Denise Crosby wanted to explore Tasha Yar's inspirational story. Now, she's 56 now, so they'd have to either de-age her, or she doesn't want to spoil anything, but she says, I don't want to give away too much, but I'm going to tell you that you will see Tasha Yar, but I'm not going to tell you how. You're just going to have to watch. So maybe Picard gets that thing from Data in his Data's belongings. He's got like a hologram of her. Or there's going to be a flashback of some maybe unused footage or something. I don't know. But season 1 of Next Generation, it's tough to watch. Because some of the episodes are just like, really? That's weird, guys. Why are you going there? Anyway, Picard Season 3 is going to see a lot of the TNG cast back. We're going to see Worf, Geordi, and Beverly Crusher. And of course, Data's dead now, so I don't know how they can do that. But we'll see Brent Spiner anyway. Anyway, we'll have to see how that pans out. That's pretty much the way that the stories have been today, guys, in the realm of movie news. So what we're going to do now is just take a look at the Twitter. And in half an hour, we're going to be watching Game of Thrones, The House of the Dragon, Episode 2, right here on this channel. And I'm looking forward to it. All right. Film updates. Hey, are you one of those people when you see that somebody's got notifications, you're like, for me, it's usually just bot accounts just wanting to be... they just followed you. Charlie Dean, star of upcoming Triangle of Sadness, has sadly passed away. What? We just saw the trailer for from sudden illness. 32 is way too young. Bummer, man. Bummer. Oh, that's rest in peace, but man. Latest teaser for The Sun, Hugh Jackman, Laura Dern, and Vanessa Kirby with Anthony Hopkins has been released. Okay. For The Sun. I think I've seen this. Their son goes missing or something like that. Or they get estranged somehow. Right? But I'll watch anything with Hugh Jackman. The trailer for Nanny has been released for Prime Video. Wow. New clip from The Barbarian. Bill Skarsgård. I've heard mixed things about The Barbarian. It's going to be released here in September. It's a horror movie. Maybe we'll take a look at that on the Horror Weekly Roundup. Bones and All. First poster. Taylor Russell and Timothée Chalamet. And we seen the teaser for that the other week, right? Where it's kind of like they're like on the run or something. A young couple from Mark Rylance. It's a really weird trailer. Sebastian the Wonder, starring Florence Pugh, will be released on Netflix. Okay. Hey, The Wonder. Hey, we didn't see that in the article, did we? The Wonder with Florence Pugh. Let's see how fast I can just scan over this and see if they talk about The Wonder. Because if it's swimmers, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, whatever. It's just weird that it wouldn't be included in this. Good Nurse. Pale Blue Eye. Not seeing The Wonder. Okay, well, I'm not going to bore you guys by watching me read the article again. We've seen that it is going to be here in December. Florence Pugh. Can't really go wrong with that. Or can you? No, you can't. First look at Christian Bale and Scott Cooper's The Pale Blue Eye. That's going to be on Netflix. Okay, well, that was listed. The gothic thriller follows a detective investigating a series of murders in 1830 with a young cadet named Edgar Allan Poe. Really? I'm getting shades of Sleepy Hollow with Tim Burton in that. Christian Bale. Say what you will about Thor Love and Thunder. I still think he's the best part of it. It's just, it didn't hit the right notes for a lot of people. Ana de Armas. She takes good pictures. That's pretty much right. Jordan Peele says, there may be more Nope movie stories to come. We're not overtelling all of these stories. We're not overtelling. No, I think a lot of people, now that people are starting to see Nope on like home release, is it on home release now? I liked it. I liked Nope. But I'm not sure, because the sound design in the theater was great. The sounds that the sounds were good. So I don't know how that's going to translate on the small screen, and some people are saying that they don't like it. The second episode of House of the Dragon drew 2% increase from the premiere. Okay, good. Well, that's good. Hey, if you give us more Matt Smith and this younger girl there too, cool. That's what I want to see in like 25 minutes. I need to make a coffee before that too, so I got to give myself a little bit of leeway. Okay, yeah, I think this is what we saw last week, right? No, yesterday. This is the new Beverly Hills Cop. Oscar Isaac on the nudity in scenes from a marriage. Wait, did you see the full Monty from Oscar Isaac in scenes from a marriage? That was also with Jessica Chastain, right? Nobody told me anything about the full Monty. It was always in the script. I always assumed there would be nudity because they're having relations, and people are usually somewhat naked when that happens. So at least that's the way I've done it. Not always. You don't. Sometimes the clothes, you don't have time to take them off. And then where we go with the old boy. All right, that's it for today, guys. I'm going to take a 25-minute break here, but join us in 25 minutes here on Mirror Domains, and we'll be watching episode 2, House of the Dragon. I'm excited for it. Are you? Thank you for joining me on the show today in the live chat, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for more movie news at 12 p.m. Eastern, right here on Mirror Domains.